morning. Back out at Thetford Place, different location. But I got a text from Paul yesterday saying that they're doing a couple of nights over here with Richard and Brian. Now, a bit short notice for me. I could have done it normally, but got commitments done for Sunday morning, so I'm able to do an overnighter, but I can do a day. So it's all, I think it's about 11 o'clock-ish now, and I'm just making my way over to them. I sort of took a shortcut because the walk-ins must be a good, well, it's an hour's walk, so I've sort of done a getting quick, parked up near the scout camp and going to go in from the back entrance or front entrance, whatever way. But yeah, I would have liked to have done it overnight, but to save time and commitments I couldn't do it. So at least it's nice to get out anyway. So it's going to rain at some point today, but it's quite nice so far. So I'll bring you back later. I've done a bit of work. Put these little paths in, which is quite nice. Start one now.
Oh, I could do that. It's a lot shorter walk. You ain't got to faff about. Yeah. Might take the piss out of him, but I'll still look after him.
Right, at camp, and so I'm on here for the day. Paul, Richard and Brian, they've gone down to get some water, and I thought it'd give me the opportunity to do a loadout video by what's in my rucksack. Now I don't normally do loadout videos because I do sort of change my gear around. I have normally two rucksacks which stay the same. I might add things every now and again if something new or different, but generally they stay the same. So for last minute calls, do you want to come out? I've got a rucksack ready. So normally it's the Max Position Falcon 2 that I keep packed up. I love that rucksack. I bought it in 2010 and it's in superb condition. It's like brand new still. You know, it's tough, which I like. I like the stuff that lasts, especially if it's expensive. It's got to last. If it starts failing, then I'll get rid of it. So I'll show you what the contents inside that is. I've got my tarp out and my hammock, which I keep in that rucksack. The tarp I've got here is the Ticket to the Moon. Brilliant little tarp. Well, it's quite big. It's a double. Packs up very quickly. Don't take up no space, and it's very, very comfortable. And the Ticket to the Moon tarp as well, which again goes up quickly. It's a good size and it's lightweight, and the two together work really well. And I sort of keep that in my day pack, as when you're out I like to lay in a hammock, and if it rains you got the tarp. So let's get to the bag, which I can show you the few things on the outside. Extra gloves, I put them, I take them off. Whatever pack I'm using, you know, they come with me. Very, very warm and good work glove. On the side I've got an NTP army like dump bag or roly-poly like the Max Position. It's really big, and you can put loads in now. On the other side, and a pouch which is my water bottle, which just connects to the outside of the pack. And that's a pouch I made for it. On the outside, I've got a first aid kit, only small, but it's really sort of my own personal medical stuff that I'll keep in there. I have asthma, so I've got my inhaler and a few other bits and pieces for bites and stings and all sorts I'll keep in there, but that just comes off and you just pull that. And yet again, I can take that from bag to bag. So that's that. I've got this front pouch which was given to me by Alan King's TLC, which as soon as he gave it to me I knew where it was going, and this is where all my tarp gear goes. So my tarp, the pegs, everything goes in there, and it fits perfect on the outside of the Falcon too. So that goes on there. Cheers Alan for that, really appreciate it, and it gets good use. What else? On the other side, this is another pouch, and in here is a newish item that I've only used a few times, and I'll grab it out. Just give me a minute. It's the Optimus Sphere 123 stove, and to me, so far it's working really well. It does actually say don't put petrol in it, but I've been putting unleaded petrol in it and it works fine. I like stoves that don't cost me a lot of money to run, so obviously wood is cheapest, methylated spirits, and cheaps is the unleaded fuel. So I've got a few unleaded fuel stoves because I like them because they're cheap to run. And they last a long time on the fuel. So, you know, that's a great traditional type of stove, but it works really good. And it simmers nice as well. So I've got that, and that's in a canvas pouch that I made for it. So this is the pouch, roll that up, put that on there. The Optimus stove. Goes in there. This pouch I made, it's got my Nalgene bottle, and inside that, if I can get it out, spoon is a, let's just do that, GSI cup, but a 700ml version, and the lid I nicked off the Stanley sort of cook kit, and that fits on top there, quite nice. There we go. And if I want, I can just put a bit of paracord and have it round my neck or whatnot. So that's the water bottle. Seen that. Underneath, I've got a wool blanket, and this is the Swiss one. I like it because it's a lot longer than the Italian wool blankets, and also one of these reflective sort of poncho type ground tarps, which work really well, and that just fits underneath there. And it works great, and all these straps come with the Falcon too. Now inside, top pilot and the Tom Brown tracker, the Mini. So they go in there. So that's sort of my neck knife, or strap it around my waist, so that goes in there, and my wallet goes in there. The second pocket at the front, I have a spoon, another first aid kit. This is my fire kit, and another sort of fire kit with a torch and a few bits and pieces in there. goes in there quite nicely. Food bag, neck scarf, woolly hat, $800ml of water, so it's like a 1 litre, another 800ml of water. The Becker BK2, which I've already done the handles and the new scales, and I've reshaped the scales now just to make it even more comfortable, and made the sheath a little bit longer so it dangles down better. Back lap bander with sheath. This is a brew kit, and in the bottom there it's got a Tatonka methylated stove with stand. And in this pouch got a notepad and pens, compass. This is a small wood burning stove, and a couple of these LED torches, which are great. Now this all goes in there. This is just a small wood burning stove that folds together quite nicely, but it's thin and it's small. And it's a small little pouch that I made for it. And that's it, that all goes in there. Sometimes with the packs like these where they've got compartments, you can actually, this ain't a big pack, I think it's around about 25 litres, but you can put so much in it because you can break it down into little compartments. Right, a large compartment. Cook kit. The tarp, the hammock goes in here as well. Obviously the tarp goes in the front. Bottle of methylated spirits. And another 1 litre water bottle. This is the Pathfinder kit with cup. And that goes in there. That's basically it. But on the back, I've got another stove. I must have overdosed on stoves on this pack, but it fits in there quite nice. And this is the honey stove, which is flat pack, and the grill as well. And that fits in there quite nicely in the back. You know, I've got videos on the honey stove, and so you know what it's like. That fits in there quite nicely. Okay, now the Pathfinder pouch that I made for it. The pouch will come with it. I used it for, you know, a year and a half, 2 years. It done a job, but I wanted something a bit better, a bit slimmer profile. So it just holds it all together. The bottle, the pot hanger, the cup, the stove, and the lid. If you do get one of them lids, I'd like to get a hardcover one for it, but they're hard to get hold of. If you do buy one of these ones, which are cheap, they do fit, but you do have to tuck the edges in slightly. Once you do that, it seems to work alright. It's on there quite tight. So that all goes in now. This is a newish system that I've had for the last month, and it's titanium. And first off, you got the lid, which is a frying pan, and the beauty of this frying pan is that it's quite deep, and so that's the frying pan and the lid. Then inside that there's another pot, and I put in the Eagle kettle, and this is a 700ml kettle, and that fits in there quite nicely. And that's another pot as well. And then you've got the main pot, which is about 1.5 litres. So you've got that. Beauty of this titanium kit is when the handles are down, it sinks right down low, but when you're using it, it's got a little edge there, and it sits on top, which does two things. Obviously you can boil water up quicker, but this also gets hot as well, so you can keep things simmering or keep things warm on top as well. Very good heavy duty sort of grey titanium, and I've got a larger one as well which I haven't brought out yet, but it all fits quite nicely, and say the lid sinks on top of that. Lovely. And so that's my cook system, and obviously methylated spirits. So, and to be honest, in the summer I could stay out with that, with the tarp and the hammock. I could stay out all night, and I've got enough water. I've got 3 litres, just under 3 litres of water as well. All I can chuck in that is my water filter, and I'll be fine, ready to go. So that's it. That's a sort of a quick, hopefully not too boring, look at the gear I carry. And the Falcon 2 rucksack, the Expedition one, brilliant rucksack. I always recommend it. Works a treat. So I've had that over 5 years now, and it's one of my favourites. Another item is my Grancerous rucksack and a Zippo lighter with a band around it to stop it leaking out. And that's my sort of loadout. Now, a lot of people might say I take too much out with me, but I've got it. It's there to be used. Like today, I'm only here for a day trip, but I always set my gear up. I've got the tarp if it rains, and it was predicted to rain some point today. I've got a hammock where I can sit down and relax. I've got all this stuff to cook with. I've got warm clothes. I've got a Folk Riven, a Farhaven jacket here, and another one that goes underneath it, a smock. So I'm plenty dry enough and warm enough. 2 hats, gloves, tarp, ground sheet, wool blanket. I don't need it to bring it out, but I like to bring it out and I like to use it. So I didn't buy it to sit indoors, and all my kit, if it gets to a point where I don't use it, then I won't keep it. But I've been doing this sort of outdoors for 15 odd years, so I have a lot of kit, and I use the kit and I rotate it. At any point that any of that kit fails or it don't work or the way I like it to work, then I'll get rid of it. But I've got no problem with anyone who just says 1 stove, 1 tarp, 1 rucksack. I ain't got a problem with that. That's great, and I like people who do that. But I have gear, and I like gear. I ain't going to deny it. But it's not a gear that sits indoors. It's out and it gets used, and it gets not abused, but I make sure it does the job that it's meant to do. And if it don't, then I'll get rid of it. I just don't like people who buy the gear and don't use it, and it's all nice and shiny sitting in the box still. No, as soon as I get the stuff, it gets out, it gets dirty, and it gets used. And I maintain it and look after it, but I don't try and make it look brand new again. It's there to be used, get dirty, and that's what it's all about. So yeah, sorry if I'm going on a bit. All packed up, ready to go, and the guys are coming back just in time. with their water supply. Nice.
Back from the pub.
Right, I'm walking out now. It's getting a bit chilly. I thought I'd put my hat on my head, and I left the guys there. Love to stay, but got commitments tomorrow, so can't be done. But yeah, it was a good few hours out in the woods, and now I'm just going to make my way back and see what footage I've got, and I'll see you on another video. On the way out, someone's made themselves a nice little shelter. And it actually looks quite comfortable in there. Not in the way of waterproof, but not bad.